Hey yo pineapples, Ned Shiro back again with yet another brand new deck profile. This time I'm bringing to you my version, my current build of a based deck. Now I say based in quotation marks because it's not actually based. It's actually my version of an adventure deck. It is Shaddoll Adventurer Dogmatika, or S.A.D as I like to call it. This is the current list. I did have a few changes to it since my locals, which in my last list I went XO with. This list has done only like about 4 or 5 different changes to the main deck and the extra deck, but otherwise it's pretty much the same list as I've been playing, and I am very 50-50 on it. I'm not gonna lie. It's a fun list, don't get me wrong, but I have found that it does need improvement. There's also something that sort of conflicts with it, and I think specifically the Dogmatika portion of the deck conflicts with every other engine in the deck. So I'm actually tempted to take it out and play something else. At this point, I don't know what for. However, I will let you know, hopefully with another updated deck, another updated list from this. But this is the one that I've been playing on DB for the past 2 weeks. As I said, there was a list prior, but about half a dozen cards in the main deck and 2 to 3 in the side deck and the extra deck or something like that have changed since then. So I'm just going to go straight into the list of 60 card S.A.D Shaddoll Adventurer Dogmatika. The main deck lists is 38 monsters, 17 spells, and only 5 trap cards. I'm going to start with the giant monster portion. I'm going to just break it off because I got tiny hands apparently. Alright, so starting with the Shaddoll monsters, I'm playing 2 Beast, 2 Hedgehog. The reason for this, and might as well just show the rest as well. I'm also playing 1 Squamata, 1 Aerial, 1 Windy, 1 Dragon. Now the reason for the low count of Shaddoll monsters in the deck, at first I thought playing the stock standard 12 again was probably correct, but I felt like it was opening too many. Or I was seeing too many at 12, so I decided to cut down on the majority of them. I've sort of had more Beast and Hedgehogs in the deck because I want to gain advantage. While Squamata and Windy are absolutely amazing, they don't add cards to my hand, which I feel like this deck requires. So I've gone for Beast and Squamata, Beast and Hedgehog, just to get a draw, or the random surge of a monster does come up quite a lot, which is why I'm playing these two at 2 instead. These ones are all utility. These ones are all utility cards. Arguably, the Squamata could be Falco or a second Windy in this case. Just Squamata doesn't really do much for this deck. Aside from being one of the bigger beat sticks of the deck, it doesn't really do anything, which is why it's at 1 at the moment. So this is the current lineup. Again, I probably will add more. I think 10 Shaddoll names is probably the better choice in this situation, but I don't know. Again, I'm pretty happy with it, but as I said, I'm playing an adventure engine as well, so I'm playing 3 Enchantress and 1 Griffin. Not much to say about it. That's pretty the stock standard. That's the stock standard adventurer monster lineup. I am now playing my version of a 1-card Verte Anaconda. So I'm playing 3 copies of Perform a Trick Clown. I will show in the extra deck what the one, you probably don't know by now, but I'll show you in the extra deck what the 1-card Verte looks like. I'm also playing 1 Snow. This card's been very hit and miss. Very, very hit and miss. I'm actually surprised on how hit and miss it is. It could be just the fact that I'm not opening Shaddoll Fusion enough to have the cards engraved in order to continue on my plays. This probably could be maybe Damage Juggler, or it could be Golden Lord, who I was actually originally running. Originally, I was only playing 1, and then 1 Golden Lord. Because this is the 1-card starter of the deck, I've decided to max out on the Trick Clown just so I can open it a bit more frequently. But yeah, as I said, Snow's been very, very hit and miss. It only hits my graveyard if I open Foolish, but most of the time Foolish is sending another utility card. So whether it be a Hedgehog to get a Shaddoll card in hand, or whether it be the Water Enchanters to get the Brave Engine going on. So this may be cut for something else entirely. Again, I'm not too sure at this stage. I'm also playing the DPE package. It's too good not to play. Like, I don't need to explain DPE. And as I said, I'm also playing a Dogmatika engine, so I'm playing 1 Fleur and 1 Ecclesia. Again, I just think that this... I don't know. Don't get me wrong, Dogmatika is great, but in this deck, it does conflict off like a lot, particularly if you go Verte, Send, Destiny, Summon, DPE, and then you have either one. And then you have either the Nadir to get a search or the Ecclesia in hand. It didn't really vibe. It doesn't really vibe with me at the moment. It does. It does come up. There are light targets as well. So Shaddoll Construct is literally always live. But other than that, I don't know. Again, very hit and miss on the Shaddoll cards, on the Dogmatika cards. So I might try something else instead. And then the rest of them are all hand traps, including Fleur de Lis. I think it's a count of 21 hand traps in total. So for hand traps, I'm playing double Ash. This was originally 3, but I decided to... What did I decide to do? I think I took out the 3rd Ash for the 3rd Trick Clown, which in hindsight was the correct move. But again, in hindsight, this probably could be 3 Ash and I'll just cut the snow instead. 3 Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, 3 Effect Veil. I'm just literally playing all light hand traps that are probably the best ones. So Ogre, Veiler, 3 Nibiru, 3 Lancia, and then I'm playing also the Gamma package and the 1 Driver. Again, these are the light ones that can make Construct, and they're honestly, in the matchups that I've had, these have been never dead. If I've opened any 2 of these, it's been enough to stop my opponent from doing probably their quote-unquote God board. So, yeah, happy with this lineup. Probably in the 3rd Ash could probably come up. Otherwise, I would either cut Ash entirely for a particular card of my extra deck, or I would, but maybe cut Snow and bump it up to 3. But again, only time will tell. So that's the pile of monsters that I play of 38, can't count. Spells, 3 Shaddoll Fusion, 3 El Shaddoll Fusion. I'm really considering cutting one of these for something else as well. I was originally playing Shaddoll Incarnation, but in every match that I had that I drew Shaddoll Incarnation, it needed to be the El Shaddoll Fusion, which is why I'm playing 3 again. It just doesn't come. I'm even just tempted to play 3 and 1, just because I want to see this before I want to see this. Because this is not only the biggest bait in the world for any Ash Blossom, but it's also a 1 card. How do I put it? Because Construct, as I keep saying in my other deck profiles, Construct is a starter, extender, and finisher for any particular combo deck. And then I can recycle this with any card in my deck anyway. So yeah, I think 2 will be cut, and I'll just play 1 and 3 of the Shaddoll Fusion. I just think it's a lot better in this build. Again, adventurer cards, 3 Rite of Asmir. Not much to say about this. This card's insane. I'm playing 2 Faithful and 1 Dracoback. Obviously, the 1 Dracoback is pretty self-explanatory, but I'm playing 2 Faithful. I like the second one. The second one has come up in, particularly with Ghost Ogre being a very big meta call. I think the second adventure is absolutely correct in a 60 card build. If you're playing probably less than 50, then 1 is justifiably better. I've been really enjoying 2, which is why I've kept it at 2. As I said, Dracoback is Dracoback. You don't want to play any more than 1. Following on, 2 Fusion Destiny. Surprise, surprise, this card's at 2. It's another card that I've been tempting to cut to 1, because if I either open it and I have a dead one in deck, or I'm sending it with Verte, and I don't know, maybe it's probably worth going to 1 in a future list. I'll have to do playtesting to find out. 2 Nadir, Servant. Not much to say about it. This card's busted. Again, it does conflict with Verte. Well, it conflicts with a lot, actually, to be perfectly honest. So, Verte in particular, which is what my end board usually is. My end board either consists of Trick Clown plus either Enchantress or Rite. So, but Nadir's a good extender. It gets you the card that breaks everyone's hearts. So, and then the 1 Foolish, because it's literally every card in my deck. That's the spells. The 5 trap cards I'm playing, adding to the hand trap lineup, I'm playing 3 Imperm. Not much to say about it. Nib plus Imperm is board breaking. So nib plus impermanent effect value anyway. One Schism, it's literally the only card that I... It's another reason why I'm also deciding to cut Shaddoll Fusion. Just because Schism's so much better in this, because I'm using the Shaddoll. Because the Shaddoll part, although it's a main in the title of the deck, it's not the be all and end all of the deck. It falls on a whole bunch of other things. I've got the Trick Clown as the one card Verte. I've got the whole adventure engine. I'm playing 20 odd hand traps in the deck, so on the assumption that my board is subpar, then Verte DPE with 4 cards in hand is absolutely insane. So Schism is better. Maybe I could play 2. Also, I would have to justify why I'm playing 2. And I simply cannot. And I'm playing 1 punishment for another searchable card off Ecclesia. So that is the 60 card S.A.D. Again, a lot of things probably will be changed and need to be changed as well. Again, and as I said again, I'm also considering cutting the Dogmatika cards for something else that I'm going to test out that I'll mention a bit later. Going to the extra deck, the Fusion Monsters, 2 Bay, 2 Abcalone, 2 Winder. Haven't needed any more. Debatably, without the Dogmatika cards, you could probably cut Abcalone and maybe Winder to 1, so just play the 4 Fusion Monsters instead, along with cutting the Intis that I'm currently playing as well. There was there seemed to be a lot of flex in the extra deck for... I don't know, maybe I'm thinking too hard or not hard enough about it, but I just felt like there was a lot of room in the extra deck outside of the cards that were mandatory, like the Shaddoll component, the DPE, as I mentioned earlier, the Verte and all that sort of stuff. I just felt like that there was a lot of wriggle room, which is really weird to say in the current meta, but yeah, this is liable to change as well. But again, the other thing was, well, I'll get the Link monsters first and I'll show you. Link 1s, I play the 1 Artemis. This is the card I go into from the Trick Clown. You probably already guessed it already. So you go normal Trick Clown, make Artemis, summon back Trick Clown, make Verte. It is costing 3k, but honestly, DPE game 1 is somewhat of a board breaker anyway. So 1 Link Spider, 1 Gravity Controller, Link Spider for the token. This also can send, if you happen to gamma, you can send the driver to make this and then make Verte. So it's come up a few times. And then Gravity Controller is Gravity Controller. Send anything in the extra, any Shaddoll Fusion Monster in the extra deck to the grave, get another card, continue on. Hasn't come up all that great. It's liable to be cut, but again, more testing is required in order to make a definitive answer. Link 2s, 1 Verte. Tempted to play 2, again because of the Shaddoll component. So I could make 1 turn 1 for Fusion Destiny, and then the second one I could be like a Shaddoll Fusion to either again extend, start, extend, or finish off my combos. 1 Dark. I pulled this the night that I won local, so I'm actually pretty happy with that. Hasn't come up as much, and particularly with the majority of the hand traps being light, doesn't come up as much as I thought. I'm not gonna lie. The other card that I'm running, as well as the Dark, apologies, I don't currently have a copy. It's in the mail, and it probably won't get to me until next weekend, is 1 Liner. Again, the majority of my cards are light attributes. The Trick Clowns, all the hand traps, the Dogmatika engine, Gamma, Construct. So I thought Liner was pretty good. Again, it doesn't come up as much. Well, these two didn't come up as much. I don't think I was originally playing Liner. I think I was playing something else, such as Cyframe Lord Omega. Excuse me, for another target for the Dogmatika engine. Now that I think about it, I don't know why I cut that. But anyway. So yeah, Dark is Dark. I've stolen many DPEs off of with the Dark, which is 1 games. Absolutely insane. And then I'm playing Unchained Abomination as my Link 4. This could probably be Oh, that was the other thing I was playing. I was playing the Hulk Celine Access Code package instead of the Liner. And 1 other card, I believe, because I didn't have it at the time, I believe it was this. So I believe these were the Hulk Selene access code package, but I decided to play Unchained Abomination. It never comes up. The only time that this card has come up is sending it off of a Dogmatika punishment to pop a big monster of theirs. I can't remember what the monster was, but I needed something to send. This was the biggest monster I had, so I did, and I think I still lost that game, but it didn't really matter. So that's the extra deck. Side deck, I'm pretty happy with. There's only been one change to the side deck that I'll show in a sec. I'm also playing 3 Droll and Lockbird on the side deck. I don't think, this could be just personal opinion, but I don't think Droll is fabulous as a main deck card. I could be, again, overthinking or not thinking laterally enough, but I think Droll, I just don't like maining Droll. I think Droll is a side card, a side deck card only. That's just my opinion. It's probably completely wrong, but again, my favorite spell in the game, Triple Tactics Talent. I love this card. I've got nothing else to say about it. I love this card. I love siding this card. So it's so good. Anyway, back row haters, Triple Cosmic, Harpies, double evenly. Arguably, the third evenly could be the Harvey's Feather Duster, or you can just play 3, and 1. That's completely up to you. But these are the majority of the time. These are back row board breakers. Not, I don't use these for main deck because I've got literally every other card in the deck to do so. And then last but not least, because it never conflicts with my deck, there can only be one. I play this in just about every Shaddoll list, going siding at first, because it never conflicts with any of my cards. A lot of people would argue that because all my main deck Shaddoll monsters, or majority of them are spellcaster, that this doesn't work. Arguably, this is a lot better than any other Floodgate that I could have thought of. Summon Limit, Rivalry, Gozen, they're all horrendous against. This card's the best. This card's the best. It's actually won me a lot of games, in particular against Floowandereeze as well. So playing this deck against Floowandereeze and flipping this up has been absolutely insane. So highly recommend. Give it a go. If you don't like Tikaboo, then I don't know, you're playing the deck wrong. It's as simple as that. That is it for my S.A.D based, whatever you want to call it, deck profile. 60 card pile of horrendously fun cards. I hope you guys enjoyed the list. Any tips, tricks, or queries about the deck, by all means leave them in the comments below. I'll endeavor to read all those lovely things. I hope you guys really like this list. Again, I'm going to be going through the list with a fine-tooth flame and comb and really nutting down on what I actually want to put. I definitely want to put Shaddoll and Adventure in the deck. The next option for me, I'll spill the beans now. The next option for me that I was thinking of, I was going to cut the Dogmatika and the Snow, and I was going to run Mech Knights and make this a going second list. So it'd be S.A.M. So it'd be Shaddoll, Adventurer, Mech Knight. Tell me what you guys think. Any, please, any tips on a Shaddoll Adventurer list, by all means, leave them in the comments. I will absolutely get around to reading them. Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun with this deck and a lot of success. So I hope you at least give it a go. It is rather pricey, but honestly, it was money, in my opinion, it was money well spent. So thank you ever so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below. Thanks again, everyone. Until next time, peace.